Dzień dobry to everybody. That's pretty much all the Polish I know. Sorry for that. My name is Stefano La Rovere. I am responsible for the Department of Advanced Technology for Amazon in Europe. I played a small video to get started, both to show you what I'm doing and to make sure that you're still awake, because I know I am the last one today, and so hopefully we make it light and get you ready for the evening. There has been a lot of very technical sessions over the past hours, so hopefully I will try to keep it a bit high level to show you what you're doing in Amazon from an automation and a technology development point of view, but also to give you some background information over the past years on how did we arrive here. So let's get started. I'm going to focus specifically about robotics and robots. Today, the definition of robots is quite blurry. It's quite difficult to really frame. Robots are used in a variety of applications and situations, so defining a robot starts to get quite difficult. Science fiction movies are often shaping robots as some kind of humanoid robots or humanoid things, but the reality of the situation is that robots come in many shapes, many forms, pretty much in every aspect of our day-to-day life. I'm sure most of you might have seen in the manufacturing industry, for example, automotive lines where robots are moving and handling big cars or big items to get them assembled, as well as in the agricultural industry, where robots and artificial intelligence are helping to provide information to farmers on when it is time to harvest, when it's time to grow products. In the automotive industry, in the construction industry, even at home, we have robots helping us to do our household cleaning or to put in order our house. And of course, also in the logistic world, robots and technology and automation are playing a critical role. So let's try to frame a little bit what is a robot. If you look at the Oxford Dictionary, the definition we read is a system and a machine which is capable of executing a certain number of complex tasks in an autonomous way. So does it really help to clarify what is a robot? For example, I'm sure that most of you have a washing machine at home. Would you consider the washing machine as a robot? Maybe not. But is the washing machine executing a number of complex tasks in an autonomous way? Well, actually, yes. So again, where are really the boundaries of what is a robot and what is not a robot? If you go back in the ages, if you look at the ancient Greek, Romans, Chinese, or Egyptians, we already find different type of basic type of robots. If you think about that, even a simple lever can be considered as a primitive robot, which is helping to lift heavy weights, which otherwise the human would not be able to do autonomously. In the 15th century, the Italian artist and inventor Leonardo da Vinci started sketching already the first robots in his paper with some kind of humanoid shape. And in the 17th century, the French inventor Jacques de Vaucanson started creating the first automation in the textile industry with a kind of automatic loom. We need to wait, however, for the 19th century and the 20th century for the real evolution and revolution in robotics to arrive. For example, at the beginning of the 19th century, the British inventor and mechanical engineer Charles Babbage developed the first mechanical computer called the analytical engine. And this mechanical computer kept on evolving and evolving over the time, up to a moment where in 1941, the German inventor Konrad Zuse developed the first programmable computer, Z1 and then Z3. It is, however, only towards the end of the 19th century, towards the last part of the 19th century, that robots really start to take the public imagination and really start to be realized by the mass and most of the people, when the chess champion Kasparov lost again the supercomputer Deep Blue. And that's where people really started to realize the capability and the potential behind this kind of machinery and technology. If we move towards the 20th century, new capabilities such as miniaturization, industrial manufacturing, 3D printing, and especially wireless, Bluetooth, and wireless technology are really help to go the next level and to really bring robotics to the next level, making this robot and these devices able to communicate among each other by means of network systems, by means of Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. But if you really want to see what is the element which really brought robotics to the next level, I think that it most likely is going to be the birth of the World Wide Web. When the WWW was developed, it is where computers start to be able to interact with each other at a global scale. It is now that computers start moving from a solid state into an interconnected type of architecture, which nowadays we also often call the Internet of Things, where different machinery, computer, robots, and autonomous devices are working together in a completely integrated and interconnected environment. Now, as you see, there has been quite a lot of evolution or even revolution over the last years. Just to give you some data, in the short 30 minutes of this presentation, the world would have created 30 times more data and information than in the entire year 2000. If you look at 2012, every single day, the world produced 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. This is equivalent, to give you an idea, to 300 billion sets of Harry Potter novels. And if you look at today, this is 20 times more. It's 20 quintillion bytes of data. What is even more fascinating is that 90% of all this data and all this information has been produced just in the last 2 years. And this is really to demonstrate that the growth in technology, automation, and robotics is really following an exponential path. If you look at general market trends, in 5 years from now, we will be able to produce 5 times more technology, more data and information than we produce today. And clearly, this is quite incredible in such a short amount of time. Still, this is an exponential curve. If you start expanding the time horizon from 5 years to 10 years, we will not produce only 32 times more data, but more than 1,000 more data. And if we consider a 50 years time range, then we are talking quadrillion times more data than today. So as you can see, the speed and the pace of technology development is really running at an exponential level, and we can really see evolutions and revolutions continuously throughout this journey. It is in 1995, in the middle of this evolution and this growth towards automation and technology, that Amazon was born. It started with a simple idea, which is to sell books online. But the peculiarity was to make books available worldwide to whoever wanted this book in the fastest available possible time. Over the last 20, 25 years, Amazon has been evolving from this humble bookseller to a provider of millions of products around the world, to more than 300 million active customers worldwide, spread across 187 countries, fulfilled by 175 fulfillment centers and 50 sortation centers worldwide. And here in Poland, we see that Poland is really acting and taking a leading role in this technology development and automation. Just consider that Poland was the very first country in Europe to host the first Amazon robotic drive units back in 2015 in Wrocław. Apologies for the spelling, first of all, for Rowan. And since that moment, more than 3,200 additional bots have started to arrive in Poland, near Szczecin. Apologies again for the pronunciation. And besides the traditional fulfillment center or distribution center, additional capabilities such as book on demand or merch on demand have started in Poland as well. These are special centers where we can produce customized books, garments, clothes whenever the customer wants, regardless if the customer order 1 copy of a book or 500 copies of the same book. We talk about these drive units. I'm pretty sure that most of you have already seen, maybe on YouTube, or if you had a chance of visiting some of our fulfillment center, you might have seen these orange boats driving around. They used to be called Kiva. Kiva is a company that Amazon acquired in 2012 with an investment of more than almost $800 million. And since that moment, we've been installing more than 200,000 of these drive units across more than 50 fulfillment centers around the globe. And at the same time, we have been creating more than 300,000 full-time jobs worldwide, which is a clear demonstration that automation and human workforce really go hand in hand together. As a matter of fact, when we talk about research and development in Amazon, we really aim at developing an assisted and collaborative autonomy, where robots, machine, and automation are helping our associates in their day-to-day life to make things easier, faster, safer, more efficient, and at the end, also to provide our customer with their promise of delivering what they want, where they want, and when they want. Let's start to look a bit more in details at this type of technologies. And I'm just going to share a few examples of them, just to give you a flavor of what we are talking about. The first one we just talked in a few seconds ago is the one of the Amazon robotic drive units. These are autonomous vehicles, in fact, which are able to carry almost 350 kilograms of weight. They can drive at 5.5 kilometers per hour in our fulfillment center. And each of these drive units weight about 145, 150 kilograms. The technology behind this autonomous mobility is based on some smart scanner and computer vision. So these drive units are able to follow what we call fiducials on the floor, so QR codes or barcodes on the floor, which tell them where to go. And then we have sophisticated algorithms which provide the fleet management system and tell the drive units where they need to go and how to avoid jams, how to avoid traffic, like if it was in a city center. The second typology or second type of technology which we have been developing and we are now integrating is what we call the ARM. The ARM is a technology based on a 4-axis or 6-axis robotic system capable of handling plastic totes, plastic containers, and stacking them in order to create pallets, double stacking pallets, and applying straps or tapes so that the entire content is secured. The first units were installed a few months ago in Germany, in Dortmund, and as we speak, they are under startup also here in Poland, again in Wrocław. And they are helping to our associate every day in stacking and palletizing all these heavy products. Another technology, and here, if you can play a small video, it would be great on the slide, is called the SLAM. And maybe the video comes, if you can, thank you. The SLAM is a technology which is capable of printing, labeling, and applying labels in real time at a very high speed on our packages and parcels. Why is this technology so important? First of all, it allows to clearly identify the products, the customer, the destinations. It allows to do all of this at a very high speed, at a very high pace. As you see, the parcels are flowing on the conveyor at a high speed, and the system is able to apply the label on time. But it's also very important from a privacy point of view. As you can see, until this moment, there was no information about the customer on the package. The system is smart enough to detect what is the package, detect what is in there, and get the information on the customer and apply only now the label with the customer information, the customer address on the package. This means that only now you can see what is the package addressed to, and there is no way you can know what is inside. And this therefore also protects the privacy of the customer, because only the machine is smart enough to do this connection. All we are doing at the end is really helping us to deliver our customer promise. It's really helping us to deliver to our customers worldwide the products and the packages when they want, where they want, and how they want. But at the same time, this is also essential to improve our associate experience on the floor. As a matter of fact, we are working with our associates every day to understand how we can make our processes better, faster. We have a system called Connections, which allow us to receive daily feedback, daily input, and daily ideas from our associates on what else, what different can we do. We work hand in hand with our associates when we install and start up robotic units to get ideas on how to make them more reliable, how to make them easier to clean, or easier to inspect, or easier to lubricate. And we really try to work in order to improve this associate experience on every single day with the robots and automation helping our workforce on a daily basis. All this automation, all these technologies, and all this new development we are moving forward are also helping to develop new skill set, new experiences, new knowledge in our associates. All these new robots we are bringing come with special training packages, which we can provide to our associates so they know how to operate the robot, how to maintain them, how to clean them, how to inspect them. When we install this robot, a lot of our associates come to us asking, hey, can we work with the robot? Can we learn? Can you teach us how it works? And this is also helping to create even new and different type of jobs and new types of roles. Associates are no longer needed to execute repetitive daily tasks. They can move into more sophisticated activities where, for example, it's no longer the associate having to walk around the corridors to find the product and move this product around or move the container around. It is the robot bringing the product to the customer, to the associate, sorry, and the associate can focus on identifying the product, ensuring it matches the order from the customer, manipulating and articulating this product so that it is ready for being sold. On top of that, we are, on top of providing this training on system and technologies we are developing on the field, we are also providing our associates with an opportunity that we call Career Choice. Career Choice is a program where associates can decide to apply to any kind of subject which is interesting for them, even not necessarily Amazon specific. They can apply to any kind of or any type of subject, where Amazon is paying 95% of the tuition fees for the sake of helping the associate to grow and improve their skills. There are courses in robotics. There are courses in automation. There is also a special program called Machine Learning University, which allows to give the basic and the fundamentals on artificial intelligence, computer vision, machine learning, and therefore it is helping our associate to grow to the next level and grow to additional skills. All in all, over the past 20, 25 years, we have come through a long journey, starting from this, again, humble bookseller and this initial idea of selling books online and making them available around the world, to this provider of products around the world in e-commerce fulfillment networks where industrial machinery and industrial robotics are helping our associates in the day-to-day life and are helping us to boost our customer promise to deliver the products they want when they want. I just want to finish with the sentence from our CEO, Jeff Bezos, which is calling this time as a sort of a new renaissance, where artificial intelligence, machine learning, computer vision are helping to execute transformation and activities that until a few years ago were completely impossible to think about, and that only computer science or science fiction movies were articulating. Thank you.
Hello. Do you produce these machines only for internal usage, or you also sell them to other companies?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We have decided to strategically focus our development for our needs. And this is in the attempt of ensuring that we can develop new technologies and new automation, and we can remain on the edge of the competitive advantage, and we can leverage all this development and all these activities for our needs. So we are focusing mainly on ensuring we can develop and we can better articulate and improve our fulfillment network.
Any other questions?
At the back. We've got at the back.
Thank you for your presentation. I just wanted to ask you, Rick, I was interested in the SLAM technology, which you mentioned was labeling. How does it work? Because the system is scanning pretty fast, at least from the video it was seen. It was scanning very fast the product and putting this label, pretty personalized label of like customer and destination and stuff. And just a simple question, but was some barcode put before, or how does it work?
Sorry, I was not able to hear properly. You talked about the labeling technology?
Labeling the video which you showed regarding this product. Like, how does it distinguish the package that fast and put this personalized label that fast?
Got it. There is a device which is composed by a number of smart cameras and smart devices, which are able to detect barcodes on the package across any direction. When the package is moving, you don't know where is the barcode, if it is in the front, in the back, if it is up or down. So this kind of scanning tunnel has the capability of identifying on the fly, in real time, the barcode associated to the package, sending in real time this information to our cloud, what we call our WMS, Warehouse Management System. Our cloud makes all its computation through a number of algorithms to associate that barcode to the product, to the customer, and in real time is sending back from the cloud to that site the information on the address and the customer, and the printer is able to print in real time and apply the label. So all this transformation going from the site to the cloud and back to the site is happening in a fraction of a second, and is allowing to detect the right product for the right customer.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes, question from the left.
It's an easy question. Who fixed this barcode on a parcel? I mean, factory which produce it?
Who fixed the barcode on the product?
Who fixed it, yes.
Yeah. When there are some stations which are called packing stations, and in this station, a product or an associate is picking a product and inserting the product inside the package, inside the case. Every package, every case has a unique identifier, a unique barcode, and therefore the associate scans the product and the barcode on the package and creates the link between the two of them. This means that the associate doesn't know who's the customer who ordered the product, but this information is later on through the cloud associated and printed back on the package through the label.
We still, yes.
There was a competition in Amazon United States, Amazon Pickup Challenge what happened to this competition, or do we have a plan? Amazon also. So, do we have a plan to provide another competition to the universities again?
So a good question. The Amazon Picking Challenge, for those who don't know, is a contest that Amazon opens almost every year. I think in the last year that didn't take place, giving universities and students a challenge. How would you be able to pick ASINs or products from a scaffolding? The main goal is really to drive the spirit of innovation and thinking out of the box in the universities, in the students. I don't have the details on whether this specific program is going to be replicated and when, but there are a lot of other programs which are taking place already, also aiming and targeted to universities or research centers. Just a few months ago, we finished a program called AIA, Amazon Innovation Award. This contest gave a number of universities a challenge in the logistic industry, in the logistic field, on a specific problem. And the different universities and students started to compete, and the winning team went, therefore, to won a trip to Seattle to meet our leadership team in robotics and automation, to explain the idea and share feedback and understand about the feasibility of this idea. So about the picking challenge, I don't have details on whether and when it's going to be replicated, but there are a lot of other contexts and a lot of other activities taking place with universities and students and research center. And normally on the website of Amazon, there should be more information, but yes, there are going to be a lot more other things going on.
Any question? For the first time, for the second, for the third. Thank you, Stefano, for the presentation. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.